so much for being professional, Rhea. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this breaking psychic news, we are going to be covering two things. We're not exactly super timely on this. I want to talk about Donald Trump offering to take over and redevelop the Gaza Strip. Very interesting thing that he has come out with. The guy is wild. We expect crazy things from him, so we'll take a look at that. We're also going to take a look at Meghan Markle's Instagram post, which if you haven't seen it, everybody's shown it. I am not going to show it on here, but let's take a look at both of those. Thank you all for being here. This is possibly going to be a new series. I just put a poll up in the chat. So what I'm thinking is my psychic news report channel is on hiatus. I am going to hang on to that for a little bit, but I think I'm going to do breaking psychic news over here because I kind of miss doing the news. So let's talk a little bit about the offer to redevelop the Gaza Strip. So we'll give you a few facts. Obviously, unless you've been under a rock someplace, the Gaza Strip has been in conflict with Israel for some time. The Middle East has been a mess for time immemorial. I can't even say that. So much for professionalism again, Rhea. So the Middle East has been in conflict for some time, ramping that up after the establishment of Israel post-World War II. So to date, 70% of the Gaza Strip has been destroyed and it's basically in rubble. So good morning, Grumpy Staffer. So, and I want to thank my mods for jumping in here. This is breaking news. This is an unscheduled live, but I think we're going to schedule it every day. So we'll see how you guys like to eat up this particular cookie that I am putting out for you. So Donald Trump has offered to establish a redevelopment of the Gaza Strip, having lived in a tourist town in Long Branch, New Jersey. We did have some eminent domain that went on there in the oceanfront, and it was a pretty big struggle with lots and lots of people losing their properties, losing their homes. This feels a little bit eminent domain-y to me. However, if there is a strong presence and a strong economic foundation for Gaza, does this rectify some of the situations that we have seen there with inequities, haves and have-nots? I know that this is a much larger story with ideological differences, religious differences. So we're just going to take a look at what is going to happen if Donald Trump does this. So thank you all for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the poll. Let me know what you think about this. I love politics. I love the news. I don't want to just do gossipy stuff. I do want to do some fun stuff. So hi, Zephyr K9. I see you out there. I'm still going to engage with you guys. I'm not going to be like totally straightforward, and I'm not going to have my newscaster hair on. So broadcasting from snowy New Jersey, we have a little bit of snow on the ground. It was a terrific ice storm today. We are expecting some other weather next week. I love snow. I love weather. I love the season changes. A friend of mine, I sent him a message this morning, and he is down in the beautiful Bahamas with his lovely girlfriend having a great time. I said, well, it's a little different here. So let's see. How do the Palestinians, how do the residents of Gaza feel about this redevelopment / takeover of the Gaza Strip and having such an intense U.S. presence there? It just seems like I don't know if this is going to be a great thing. How do they feel about it? This is the general. They don't want it. General disposition about the U.S. coming in. There is going to be, psychically, there's going to be too much of an allegiance with the Israelis, with the Israeli government, and with what's going on over there. We get the Two of Pentacles here for the outcome. They would like a two-state solution. I know that two-state solution is very, very complicated. They do not want to see Westernism coming into the Gaza Strip and Palestine. They just don't want to see it. It's not something that they are agreeable with. They would like to remain as autonomous and independent as possible. So how do they, this creates anxiety and tensions that are far beyond what we have right now. The moon, there are things that the individuals that are discussing this are really not sharing. So, hopes and fears. The hope on one side is that they're going to have this cooperative working development. Capitalism is not an appealing state of being for some countries. And it's one of the things that I am a little bit critical of the United States about. Capitalism is great in this country to a certain extent. A lot of people have some opinions about it, but it's not something that we can foist onto other countries and other cultures. So here we go. Outcome card, the High Priestess. I do think we get more people kind of backing off this idea and really going into their own particular proclivities about the way to live. I think this is an infusion for the people in Gaza. I think this is an infusion and an intrusion of Western ideals and commercialism, capitalism, consumerism that they just don't want there. I think it does feel like they're going to have this very glitzy, glamorous, obnoxious ism. The idea behind it, I do think, and I'm getting this psychically, is more of like the state of Dubai, where we do have mixed cultures and we do have women in the abaya and also women in bikinis. There's a fusion of cultures there. But I think that the people of Gaza, intuitively, I'm getting it's just too much too soon. Too much too soon. So what will they do with the displaced peoples? Now, this, if they were to develop Gaza, that would mean we have to move out many, many people. And right now, I believe it is Egypt has closed the gate. They do not want any people coming over from Gaza, and also some of the other surrounding familiar and pleasant territories do not want them to reestablish themselves in their country. So what will they do? What would be the plan for these displaced individuals? I got one card, Four of Wands. That says they would keep them there. They would keep them there. And I will say, I see this vision of pod housing. Is that a terrible thing? We've seen this in the United States. They have veteran parks on a very small scale. This isn't something that they do large scale, but these very small pod housing kind of situations. If you go on Amazon, you can see they have $25,000 pod houses. You have them set up in your yard. You can pipe them in. You can run electric to them. They have plugs and all kinds of great stuff, and they fold out. Very, very cool. I am very familiar with them because when I was sent home from the office from my corporate job, I looked into getting one of these pod houses for my office. I wanted to have one outside of my house just for my office. Unfortunately, the price point was a little bit too much for me, but with the United States government, we've been saving a lot of money. Perhaps that would be a good way to spend money. Would it be temporary housing? Not necessarily. I do think that these are more of a permanent housing kind of situation, but in these pod habitats, let's put it that way. So what are we going to do? Eight of Cups, Two of Cups, Two of Swords. I just don't think that the people are very agreeable to this. I think it is too much too soon and a very much unfamiliar kind of living situation. So if we were to set up And by we, I mean the collective we, if we were to set up these pod locations, I think it is not familial enough. We can't set up a large pod for an extended family or a larger family. So if you have several children, if you have parents, grandparents, something like that living with you, maybe an adult married child has their family that's growing, we're unable to do that. You would have to have these individual pods. I don't think that those pods come any larger than like 2 or 3 bedrooms. So it could pose a very, very different aspect of living there. So Penny, I do see your question. Who is going to clean it up? Let's take a look at that. Who would clean it up? Would it be teams from abroad, or would they train local teams? So teams from abroad, 8 of Swords, teams, local teams. So I think it would be very interesting. I think they would take they would bring in other teams, contracting teams, those sorts of things, which also opens up the door for mercenaries, privatized police forces or military forces that would come in and protect those engaged in the redevelopment. But I do think that there would be a plan to educate and train. So one of the things, this would be training in trades. It would be investing in individuals there so that they could learn engineering, sewage management, those kinds of things, electrical training. They would be able to do that. And I think that that is going to be part of the plan that they will put in place. So future cast, let's see how this is going to work. Let's do a little future cast. Say we do go through with this. Say Donald Trump does get approval for this. Say the people of Gaza absolutely say, yes, let's go. What's our future cast? So a view of the future, we get in there and we start developing what's going to happen. Ace of Swords, new beginning. And patience. We would have to be a little bit patient to see what comes up in the future. Let's see where we go from there. 5 of Cups. I do think, and the Fool in reverse, I do think that we have some issues with radical forces that remain inside there that are going to be opposed to the efforts of any foreign contributor. Let's put it that way. So say we do get it developed, we're going to put those on the side. How is the economics of it? Economics are not going to work. I don't think that this really is a viable idea. I think it is going to hit too many walls. So our future cast is very difficult. Very difficult. Sharon, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to move out either. So appreciate your comments there. Everybody keep voting on the poll. Let me know if you want me to keep doing these. I'll keep them short and sweet. We hit the halfway mark to a half hour. So we are going to switch it over to Ms. Mockle. Those of you who haven't seen it, she went on Instagram. She did a video and did a surprise. She got all of this merch from 6 Degrees of Separation to Billie Eilish to deliver to a purported 14-year-old girl who lost everything in a fire and was looking for her Billie Eilish sweatshirt, t-shirt that she had obtained at one of the shows. Is this story true? We know that when Harry and Meghan were given access to survey the damage for God knows what reason, we know that that area was cleared of the support workers and also that the residents were not allowed back in. This has been covered by everybody else. It is not an area that everyone was allowed in. Excuse me. So, was it true? 10 of Wands. That is a big old porky pie, kids. This is a porky pie. It's not true. She is trying to perpetuate the story that she has already told. So, why was she so hyper and breathless? Why was she so breathless? King of Wands, excitement, 5 of Wands, Empress in reverse, 7 of Pentacles, Death in reverse, and the 4 of Wands. So, why was she so breathless and hyper? Because she was hyper. I don't think that she was on any kind of substances or anything like that. Possibly coffee, maybe that stupid mushroom coffee. But my sound is cutting in and out because I muted myself because I'm coughing. I'm still coughing from my stupid cold. Maybe we'll do a breaking news on that when I stop coughing. So the King of Wands, she feels like she directed the traffic on this. She feels like she got the people together to support this one child. We already know, not necessarily true. It's a porky pie that she told. She's expanding on the story. She's going for it. 7 of Pentacles, she is not looking backward to rectify anything that she has done or said. She's just running with it. This is somebody who, back in the day, I live right across the way from New York. I can see New York from here, and there were so many people in our lives after 9/11 that went and said, "Oh, I was there. Oh, I was this. Oh, I was that," and a lot of not everybody could be there. So, there were some people that were ancillary to New York that did tell porcupines about this. This is something that she did. Welcome, Stephanie. Hi. So this is her trying to find purchase in Hollywood by name dropping. We're going to talk about the people that she name drops. So how does she see herself? She sees herself as not walking away from the troubles. She's not walking away. She's running toward the fire. They actually said that in an article. So how do others see her? Page of Wands, like, yeah, like maybe she tried to do this, but I think it's more of trying to reestablish the helping hand that she is given. Hopes and fears. The hope is that this makes her look good with other people, with commoners, with young people. I think really the grab here is to get that younger audience. She was helping girls get hair products. Now she's helping them get their Billie Eilish sweatshirts back or t-shirts back. So outcome, the Hierophant. The jury is still out on this. So the Hierophant is seats of power in different organizations. So if we're talking about United States government, it would be the White House. Russian government, it would be the Kremlin, anything like that. When we talk about Hollywood, the entertainment industry, we would be talking about Hollywood, Los Angeles. That would be entertainment. We also have now Athens, Georgia, or Georgia, that has become another seat for the music for the movie industry. We also have Nashville and LA for the music industry. Both of those. New York is also a seat of power. So we're talking about seats of power. This is the judgment of the social set of Los Angeles. They are still judging her. So, future cast, how is this going to work out for her? Let's see how this. Oh, actually, we're not going to future cast just yet. We're going to see how Billie Eilish feels about this. Because the one thing you don't want to do in Hollywood, you don't want to make enemies. You just don't want to do it. You want to make sure that you're scratching the right backs and stroking the right egos. How does Billie Eilish feel about her? Billie Eilish death card. How is that going to change? The devil, she is not playing with this. She thinks this is terrible. She does not like that her name was dragged into this. Billie Eilish is separating herself from the devil, not creating a love connection. 2 of Cups in reverse. Over here, the Judgment card. She's like, what the what? Why is this woman talking about me? I have no interest in her whatsoever. What does Adam Levine think? Now, he's a little bit of a fame whore, but he is not my favorite. I don't like his music. I think I like, the payphone song I liked. I think he's got way too many tattoos. He is like one of the people that just has way, way, way too many tattoos for my taste. I have a lot of tattoos, but it feels kind of desperate. So let's see. How does Adam Levine feel about this? Adam Levine, 10 of Cups. What was she thinking? 7 of Wands. Doesn't want to have anything to do with her. 3 of Wands. No, not interested in having any kind of a love connection here. But the 2 of Wands, he did help out to get that done. So I don't think that's a bad thing. Bahati Prinsloo, one of my favorite Victoria's Secret models of yore. Love her. I think she's beautiful. And she put up with a lot from Adam Levine. So let's, Stephanie, you're with me on this one. Hi, Torrance. How you doing? So and I'm not looking at your comments, guys. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. So how does Bahati feel about this? 5 of Cups. She's like, that poor pathetic woman. Bahati feels bad for her. And I think Bahati doesn't quite understand why her name was dropped in it, because I do think that Adam was the big player in this. But I think Meghan mentioned Adam so that it didn't look like she was hitting on him via Instagram. So, we've all been there. We've all seen that happen. So let's do a little future cast. How is this going to play out for Meghan Markle? What is this going to look like next week? And I know I'm a little bit late to the game on this because I should have done this yesterday, but I had lots of stuff going on. Let's see what our future cast is. So how does this play out for Meghan Markle by next week? Are people going to love her? People going to hate her? Where's she going to be by next week on this one? Hi, Shen. Queen of Pentacles. The Lovers. Whoa, unexpected. 4 of Cups. High Priestess in reverse. The 3 of Swords. So, and Justice in reverse. All right, so she's going to think that she's getting judged on this very poorly. She's going to say, the whole world is against me. I can't believe it. And this is going to break her heart. She's going to go, I don't understand why people didn't think that this was like the best thing ever. You know why it wasn't the best thing ever? Because it was supposed to be something you were obtaining for a child according to the narrative, and you blew the surprise on Instagram. That's why people are not impressed. You stole the surprise for yourself. Now, I definitely, a better way would have been to have that kid, if that kid exists, do some kind of Instagram like, oh my God, thank you so much. Hashtag Meghan Markle, hashtag altruism, blah, 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 blah. So she's going to have that. But here, she's going to double down on this, guys. This is not the last we're going to see of this. She is going to do more of this because she's not using her highest mind. So I have done predictions for her and Yellow Brick Road readings, and I've said that Meghan Markle honestly needs to just go and not be a part of this grand scheme where she wants people to see how altruistic she is. She needs to go away for a little bit and shh. She needs to shush. Not any more of this. Stop doing this. This is not working. People don't want to hear from you. Learn from Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton comes out, flashes for a couple of years, and then goes back in, hides out, and doesn't oversaturate the media with her presence. Meghan, you are oversaturated right now. You need to stop doing this. Let's do a Yellow Brick Road for her before I go. I'm going to pull this up real quick. We will do a Yellow Brick Road and see if it says go forth and be quiet. Let's see what we got. Hello, French Connection Mama. Bonjour. So what is her Yellow Brick Road? Oh, thank you, Zephyr. Thank you, Susan. Hit that button, kids. Hit that button. Let's go. Yellow brick road for her. The lovers. 3 of Swords. We're getting the same cards again. You know, this time, the Hierophant, Emperor, the Tower. I just don't think the 10 of Wands. She is going to continue to beat this dead horse. She is going to continue to shove herself into the public eye through her own designed PR. I think it is a lesson that she is not learning. She's not hearing the voices of leadership in her seat of power. Again, this is Hollywood, in those political forums that she's trying to get in. She had a connection. She broke that apart. She did some damage. The royal family, I think this is partially the royal family, is not going to let her thrive or survive this. They just don't care. They're leaving her to her own thing. Over here, the emperor, the judgment is out. She is going to continue to step in doggy do PR wise. So that's really what I'm seeing here. Her yellow brick road seems to be a one-way track to dismantling her own reputation even further. Under here, again, we keep getting this high priestess in reverse for her. High priestess in reverse is not listening to those inner voices, not listening to what the seats of power are telling us here. These seats of power are letting her fail. They're letting her beat this dead horse to oblivion. So that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this psychic breaking news, brought to you by Psychic News Report, my other channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to look at the poll results when I get off here. I hope that you are all having a great day. We're coming up on February 14th, which is the day that I get my attachments off for my Invisalign, and I am free from the 4.5 years of braces that I've had. So I hope you guys are going to have a great rest of your day. I still have lots of sales that are available, so you can go to the link down below, see some more sales that I have. I've got a price point for every single person. So if you have a single question, you can get one answered. Thank you to all my mods. Thank you to all my friends that are here. And thank you guys for being members and all of that. Debbie, yes, I am bringing back the Psychic News Report on this channel. So we'll talk later. I'll give you a call a little bit later. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to try and do a few of these a week. One of my members said that they binge watch all of my videos all at once because they get early access. And so I want to do something that keeps you guys up to date and keeps you guys interested and having some fun. So thank you so much for watching. I'm out of here and I'll be back with breaking psychic news soon.